Today we're going to be looking at simplifying algebraic fractions with factorising. To start off with, I'm going to do a quick revision of factorising. There are three different kinds. The first type is a common factor. So you're looking at what is the highest common factor between 4x and 6, and in this case your highest common factor is 2. And then if you take each of the terms and divide them by 2, 4x divided by 2 is 2x, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. And there we have 4x plus 6 in factorised form. Secondly, you have a difference of two squares, y squared minus 9. Notice that you have a squared term here, a squared term here, because 9 is made by 3 times 3, and then you have this minus in the middle. Okay, that is the essential setup for a difference of two squares. And how this is factorised is we just separate out the squares into two brackets. So how do you make y squared? It's y times y. And like I said, how do you make 9? It's 3 times 3. The only way for there to be a negative sign in the middle is if we've added one bracket and subtracted the other. And your third and final form of factorising is a trinomial. Okay, what you are looking for here are the factors of negative 6. So we have 1 negative 6, 2 negative 3, negative 1 6, and negative 2 3. You're now going to look at these and see which will give you a positive x if you added them together. So 1 plus negative 6 would give you negative 5, 2 plus negative 3 would give you negative 1, negative 1 plus 6 would give you 5, so then it must be negative 2 and 3, and then we can rewrite this into our factorised form because it is then x minus 2, x plus 3. Okay, so now let's put this into practice with simplifying algebraic fractions. Okay, I have 2x over x squared minus 3x. And what we can see is happening on the bottom line here is that we have an x squared term and an x term, so we have a common factor. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x over x minus 3. And by pulling that x out, I can see that I have an x here and an x here that will cancel. So then my final answer is 2 over x minus 3. And that is my fraction in its reduced simplest form. Now I have a squared minus 16 over a minus 4. Okay, what you should recognise is that top line is a difference of two squares, so I'm going to factorise it, and I'm going to get a minus 4, a plus 4, all over a minus 4. And what you should notice from yesterday is that we have this a minus 4 term and this a minus 4 term that will cancel, so our final answer is a plus 4. Okay, and then the third one, we have a trinomial. We've got x squared plus 3x minus 18 all over x plus 6. Now if you're being asked to simplify a trinomial, use what is on what is either on the top or the bottom of your fraction in its simplest form to help you work out what factor you're trying to find in the quadratic. Because this will only simplify if that factor appears in the quadratic, in the trinomial when it's factorised. So I know that I'm looking for factors of negative 18 and that one of those factors already is 6. So then the other one must be negative 3. So then I can factorise, and I've got x plus 6, x minus 3, all over x plus 6. And then again, similar to the example we just did, cancel that top one and that bottom one, and our final answer is x minus 3. Okay, example looks at combining two different factorisations to simplify. Okay, so there's no help given with this one, but start with the easiest of the factorisings, which is the common factor. So if I take a look at that top line, I can take 4x minus 8 and take 4 out of it, and I'll be left with x minus 2. Now I'm in a position where I have one of the factors of x squared plus 4x minus 12, because for this to be able to simplify, x minus 2 must appear when I factorise that quadratic. So I'm now looking for factors of negative 12. I know that one is negative 2, so then the other one must be 6. So when I factorise, I'm going to have x minus 2 over x plus 6. And then just like before, there's one on the top and there's one on the bottom that will cancel, and my final answer is 4 over x plus 6.